Theater Xavier's production of Loader and Lowe's Brigadoon. Just to remind you, smoking and flash photography are prohibited. Many, many years ago, these highlands of Scotland were filled with a certain kind of magic. Not just any magic that could be made with potions or spells, but this magic required faith and love of the inhabitants. In these here hills where a Brigadoon did exist, there are many diverse clans and families, and yet, by being separated by name, these families came together to give Brigadoon a beauty of its own, a beauty of friendship, and deep commitment to one another. We're here tonight to experience the magic of Brigadoon, where faith, tradition, and honor still stand. There must be many of us who will love our own Brigadoon, no matter where it be, yet we never seem to find it. And the only way we will find it is to seek love, care, and faith in our everyday lives. And then someday, mysteriously, it just might appear out of the mist. Because when you love something deeply enough, anything is possible. Anything. Now sit back and relax as Theater Xavier presents Brigadoon!
Okay, here's Aquatool.
As I remember, that should be on the right, and I don't remember.
It is. And here's Braymore.
Should be on the left.
It is. Now where the hell are we?
I don't know. What's in the middle?
Nothing.
That's where we are.
In nothing?
Yes. And for a fellow with my potentialities, this is an ideal location. We'll find our way out when the sun comes up.
A fine couple hikers we are. We come all the way from New York, and on the first night out, we get lost.
Hey, maybe we took the high road instead of the low road. Would you like a drink?
At 5 o'clock in the morning? No thanks.
Good. That leaves more for me.
Besides, I thought you said you were going to cut down on that stuff.
Oh, I did. But I'm a terrible liar. Besides, it really doesn't pay. I remember this one time in particular. I was going out with this wonderful girl. She used to plead with me to give it up. So one day I did. And then we found out we had nothing more to talk about, so we broke up.
There's something about this place. Gives me the feeling of being in a cathedral.
Well, if we were, I'd know where the exit was.
You don't believe in anything, do you, Jeff?
Of course I do.
Oh, really? What?
Practically anything I can understand. You know, anything that's real. Well, for example, things I can see, hear, touch, smell, taste, and of course swallow.
And what about the things you don't understand?
I dismiss them.
It makes everything very easy, doesn't it?
Actually, comfortable is the word I like to use.
I envy you, Jeff.
Why?
You seem to be very satisfied.
I am. Aren't you?
No, I'm not.
That is the silliest thing I've ever heard. You've got a fine job. You're engaged to a fine girl. And the more I think about it, you're lost in a fine forest. With a fine guy? What more do you want?
I don't know, but something seems wrong, especially between Jane and me. And that makes everything seem wrong. Look, I postponed getting married. I just can't get myself to that altar.
Hey, call me crazy, but I don't see what can be wrong with it. She's young, she's attractive, she fits smack into your niche in life, and on top of that, she loves you. And just the proper amount, too.
What's the proper amount?
Well, it's enough to make you happy and not enough to embarrass your friend.
It looks ideal, doesn't it? But why don't I see it? I must be lacking somewhere.
Now don't start talking yourself into an inferiority. You don't deserve it.
What do you mean?
Well, most of my friends who have inferiority complexes are absolutely right. They're not as good as everyone else. But a guy like you...
Do you hear that?
What do you think it is?
Look over there!
It looks like a village.
It is!
But genius, I thought you just said there were no towns listed on the map around here.
I did. But see where that village is? There's a peculiar heavy fog all around it.
And there's no mist in the valley.
Only around the village. Come on, let's walk over to it. It can't be too far from here. We can walk.
Wait till Steven Spielberg hears about this one. We'll be rich. Think we can make some money.
Brigadoon,
at the square that is.
Well, if you had to pick someone other than my son Harry, I'm glad he's a lad as fine as Charlie.
I'm Mr. Beaton.
You must be happy as a lark in a glen.
I'm Mr. Beaton. As you can see, Mr. Beaton, Jean is a wee bit short of words today. Father says I shouldn't talk so much. He says that when I speak, I sound so happy that he finds it annoying.
Is that what you said, Mr. McLaren?
I did, Archie. Besides, when the lass gets married, she must get used to listening and not to talking.
Oh, Father.
I didn't think Charlie would have trouble with Miss Jean here. She's a good maiden.
Archie, all maidens are good. So tell me, where do all the bad wives come from? Friends, Mr. Lundy has written upon this parchment a few reminders. He has asked me to hang it in the public square where y'all can see it and be reminded. It is the second day of our blessing, and this is to remind you of the obligations we have so gratefully accepted. So I will hang it in the public square as I told Mr. Lundy I would.
Your father likes to take charge of things, don't you, Miss Fiona?
Aye, especially after everything's been done. Would you have a wait for the business?
I think so, Miss Fiona.
Good. Hello, Hattie.
Hello, Jean.
How are you today?
How do you expect me to be? This is your wedding day, isn't it?
I'm truly sorry, Hattie.
Will dinner be? If anybody's going to pity me, let it be me. Trapped forever without ye in this peasant village.
What did I just say, Hattie?
I forgot.
Hello, Hattie.
Hello, Fiona. It just isn't fair for Charlie Downton to be wedding you, Jean. He's got everything. Schooling and birth and now ye. And I've got nothing.
Hattie, here, take this material to the house and see if there's a way to done that.
Nothing but to be doing this all my life.
And why didn't you pay attention to Maggie Anderson? You know she has a yarn in
Aye, Father.
Oh, Fiona, I feel so sorry for him. I know that. Mr. Beaton, you didn't hate me for not loving Hattie, do you?
No, Miss Jean, it is not your fault. Sometimes I think the only woman capable of loving Hattie was his mother, rest her soul.
Jeannie, you stay with your sister today while I prepare for the wedding celebration. And Fiona, you be sure and get everything that's needed for the wedding song.
I will, Father.
Remember, just what's needed. My aim on this occasion is to be hospitable, not philanthropic. Come home soon, Jean.
Aye. Mr. Beaton, you send a waiter to the house.
I Miss Fiona.
Let's get some milk.
Oh, good morning, Jean. Good morning, Fiona.
Good morning, Meg. Hello, Meg. I try your cream, please.
Mr. McGregor will be pleased as the lads buy a fat change.
Why?
Well, when the lads come shopping, they look so handsome, I do not like to ask them for money.
But you'll never make a profit doing that.
No, but I make a lot of friends. Is this for the wedding tonight?
Aye.
Fiona, when are you going to start thinking about marriage for yourself?
When I find someone who makes me think of it.
And you never found anyone up till now who made you think of it?
No. You see, I didn't just want to get married. I think me and your lad should only take that step when you want to stay together fiercely. And getting married is the only way to do it that's proper.
That's a very unusual idea, Fiona.
Many a lassie, as everyone knows, will try to be married before 25. So she'll agree to most any proposal. All he must be is a man and alive. I hold a dream that there's no compromising. I know there's one certain laddie for me.
You're in Brigadoon?
Brigadoon?
Aye.
That's funny. There's no town called Brigadoon on the map.
Well, I shouldn't be surprised.
Wait a minute. You mean you know it isn't on the map?
Aye.
It's a little snobbish of you, don't you think?
Why isn't it on the map?
For good and sound reason.
What are you all dressed up for? Don't tell me. This is the day you take those pictures for postcards, right?
We're not dressed up.
You mean you always go around with all these clothes on?
No.
Now come on! Somebody! What's going on here? What is this?
We're having an affair.
Oh, is that book you're selling there? Can I buy some? I'm thirsty. We've been walking all night.
I would have to see your money first.
What?
What did you give him? 100 uranium?
Just a shilling. What a loony layout this is.
It's very interesting, sir. But it'll do me no good.
What do you mean it does you no good? Sell me something and it will.
I cannot sell you anything. But if you're thirsty, I'll give you some milk.
Never mind. I don't want any favors.
I see from the gun you're from England.
No, we're from America.
You're American.
Well, I am, but he's from Georgia. Just kidding. Let's go right now.
No, wait, please. We do not mean to act so strangely. We're just a wee bit taken aback. People do not come here very often.
Well, I can understand why. You people stared at us as if we just dropped out from another world.
Very much.
Quiet, Ray.
You haven't dropped in from another world.
Obviously the daughter of two first cousins.
If you've been walking all night, you must be tired and hungry. Wouldn't you like some food and perhaps a place to lie down if one of you stopped back?
Thank you. That's very nice of you.
Good. Oh, my name is Fiona McLaurin.
And I'm Tommy Albright. Oh, and this is Jeff.
Douglas?
How do you do, sir?
Pretty good, thanks.
I'm Meg Rocky.
I'm glad you're happy about it.
There's a little tavern on the next street where you can get some food.
I'll take you to it.
Go ahead, Jeff. I'll call the inn first.
Thanks.
Excuse me, sir. But is Miss Brocky going to be taking care of you, sir?
I think so. What?
Well, sir, I happen to have a pair of plaid trousers right here, sir. And well, sir, if she should take you somewhere to rest, and you should happen to lie down and rip your own on a thistle, well, sir, I'd be more than pleased to replace them for you.
Thanks, old man. But I don't expect to get stuck.
Oh, you didn't know it, laddie, but you're stuck now.
Well, you really are selling, Mr. Beaton.
Is there a phone around here?
A phone?
Yes?
I didn't think we have one.
No phone?
No, sir.
Tell me, what's so strange about this place?
Nothing, sir. You're the one who's strange.
Charlie, here's some claret. Have a dram of good luck with you.
Well, the merry bridegroom himself.
Bridegroom?
Aye.
Good morning, darling.
He's marrying my sister this evening.
Oh,
Good morning, sir.
good morning.
Charlie, this is Tommy Albright. He just happened in a little while ago.
Yes, I saw. Welcome to you, sir.
Thanks. Welcome to you.
Here's your dram, Charlie. Thank you, Angus. And you, sir, would you like some claret?
Okay, thanks.
I think I'll drink this one to Mr. Forsyth. I just hope he knows I have to wait for Lamb 24. Postponed in America for me.
What?
And may God bless me this evening as much as I would bless him, if I were he and he were Charles Dalrymple.
What did you say about postponing a miracle?
It is a toast we have around here.
I'll explain it to you sometime.
Say, that's wonderful. May I have another?
That was a wedding gesture, sir. From now on, 'tis for sale only.
I must buy some claret now for the supper. Come with me and you can have some more.
Fine.
Woolens, lad? He's an odd lad, isn't he, Charlie?
Aye, he has a peculiar accent.
I wonder what American women must be like.
I do not wonder about the women anymore, Angus. I'm not allowed to.
Well, that's right, Charlie. You're through with the lasses for good, aren't you?
I used to be a roving lad, a roving and wandering life. I had that frown to try to tie me down. But then one day I saw one maid who held out her hand and I stayed and stayed. And now across the green, I'll go home with Bonnie Jean.
Go home, go home, go home with Bonnie Jean. Go home, go home.
I'll go home with Bonnie Jean. I used to have 100 friends, but when we are wedded the friendship ends. They never come to call, so farewell to one and all. Farewell to all the lads I knew. I'll see you again when you're married too. For now across the green, I'll go home with Bonnie Jean.
Go home, go home, go home with Bonnie Jean. Go home, go home.
I'll go home with Bonnie Jean. In Edinburgh I used to know a lass with an L and her name was Jo. And every night at 10 I would meet her in the glen. But now I'll not see her again, especially not in the glen at 10. For now across the green, I'll go home with Bonnie Jean.
Go home, go home, go home with Bonnie Jean. Go home, go home.
I'll go home with Bonnie Jean. I to marry been alone. I'll soon have a wife and leave yours alone. A bonny wife indeed, and she's all I'll ever need. With Bonnie Jean my days will fly, and love her I will till the day I die. That's why across the green I'll go home with Bonnie Jean.
Go home, go home, go home with Bonnie Jean. Go home, go home. Go home with Bonnie Jean.
Then darling, I'll be over. And I hope so you stay for the wedding supper.
No thanks. I won't be here that long. Anticipate.
Charlie, what are you going to do all day?
Rest, Judy. Rest.
Goodbye, Charles.
Bye, Charlie.
He's a nice kid.
Aye, he is that.
It's wonderfully refreshing to see someone so enthusiastic about getting married.
Is it so unusual?
Well, I think it is. Look at me, I'm not bubbling over like Charlie is, and next month I'm facing the minister.
You mean you're getting married?
Yes.
Oh,
Oh, what?
I'm very surprised. Somehow you didn't look like the sort of lad that would want to settle down.
Oh, I didn't say that. I just said I was getting married.
If you feel that way about it, then why are you?
Because the girl wants to.
Is that reason enough?
Sure. I don't know how it is in these Highlands, but in my neighborhood, if you've been going out with a woman for a while, and she decides she wants to get married, you'd better agree with her right away and save yourself a lot of trouble.
Why?
Because if you don't, she'll torment you, so you'll marry her for relief. Or she'll be so sweet about it that you'll feel guilty and your conscience will make you do it.
I must say, it didn't sound like you love her very much.
It doesn't, does it?
And it also sounds like a mighty peculiar land she come from.
Well, believe me, lass, this isn't the usual Hamlet off the highway either. And what was that business about Charlie postponing a miracle?
I'm sorry, I cannot say.
But you said you'd tell me later.
I know, but I cannot say.
That's fine. You know, if I stick around this place long enough, I'll probably discover that everyone in it is slightly nutty. Is that possible?
I cannot say.
Why not?
Because I didn't know what nutty means.
It means slightly insane.
Well, then I can assure you, we're all far from insane. We're the most blessed group of people. And I never realized how fortunate we are until I met someone from the outside. I mean, a stranger to Brigadoon. I didn't know anything about you. But from the little you said, everything you think, I think differently about. And I'm also quite certain that what I think is, well, much more pleasant. And now I'm sorry I've said all that. But she angered me when you called us insane.
Hey, you don't like me very much, do you?
That's the odd part. I like you very much. I just didn't like anything you said.
Fiona,
I...
if I stuck around here this afternoon, would you take me to the wedding this evening?
Why do you suddenly want to go?
I cannot say.
Well, then I'll take you, and I'll be highly pleased you'll be there.
You will? Why?
Because of what I just told you. I like you very much.
That's right. You did say that, didn't you?
Now I'll show you a place where you can lie down and rest.
Well, what are you going to do?
Gather some heather for the wedding.
Where do you do that?
On the hill where the heather is.
May I go with you?
No, I'll do it much faster alone.
Really? I won't bother you. Maybe I'm the one who's slightly nutty. And we two go walking together out beyond the valley of trees, out where there's a hillside of heather, curtsing gently in the breeze. That's what I'd like to do, see the heather, but with you. The mist of May is blowing, and all the clouds are holding still. So take my hand and let's go roaming through the heather on the hill. Morning dew is blinking yonder. There's lazy music in the rim, and all I want to do is wander through the heather on the hill. There may be other days as rich and rare. There may be other springs as full and fair, but they won't be the same. They'll come and go. For this I know, that when the mist is in the glowing, and all the clouds are holding still, if No, not there, I won't go roaming through the heather on the hill. The heather on the hill.
You see, you can say nice things when you want to.
Yes, it almost sounded like I was courting you, didn't it?
Oh, that's the big difference between courting and being sentimental just because you're tired.
Is that what I was being? Sentimental because I'm tired?
I believe so. But 'tis very agreeable. Mist of May's in the gloaming, and all the clouds are holding still. So take my hand and let's go roaming through the heather on the hill. The morning dew is sleeping yonder. There's lazy music in the reel, and 'tis a lovely time to wander through the heather on the hill. There may be other days as rich and grand, there may be other streams as full and fair, but they won't be the same. They'll come and go.
For this I know.
That's when the mist is in the nowhere, and all the clouds are holding still. You're not there and won't go away through the heather
On the hill, the heather on the hill.
It's a very picturesque view of the glen you have here.
Thank you.
What for?
Well, I feel like I'm wearing a rocky. It makes me very happy.
You get happy very easily, don't you?
Aye.
I haven't been in a shed like this since I was a boy, which at this point seems a good 2,000 years ago.
You mean you're tired?
Hi, lassie. I'm tired. That's why you brought me here, isn't it? So I can take a nap?
Oh, I should not think a long walk would fatigue a young lad like ye.
A young lad?
Aye, you're very young.
That is either a deliberate lie or wishful thinking. I'm ancient, decrepit, and disintegrating rapidly.
Aye?
What is under here? A rock garden?
My father used to sleep on it.
That was a second mistake.
You see, he and my mother met in this shed. My mother was a gypsy.
Uh-huh.
And one day, she was walking past this shed, and she saw my father asleep on the cot. And she liked his looks, and she was a wee bit tired anyhow. So she took off her shoes, and she sat in the rocking chair, and she waited for him to wake up. And it wasn't long after that that I was born.
That was one of the sweetest bedtime stories I've ever heard.
You're sure you're comfortable?
Very, very. Oh, I'm just gonna go to bed. Thank you very much. Thank you, really. Thank you. You've been more than kind, really. Thank you. And now, if you want to round out your generosity, buzz off. I think you'd better. When I sleep, I make all sorts of weird noises.
Who told you? Do you have a wife?
No, but I was engaged once.
And what happened to the lass you were engaged to?
She fell in love with a Russian.
A Russian?
Yes.
Russia's in Europe, isn't it?
Yes, more and more.
Oh.
It's not too far from here. You just cross the channel and turn left.
You're a winning lad. A right winning lad.
Now look, lass. I'm not too sure what you're after, but I don't want to. I want to go to sleep. Thank you.
Well, you see? I'm highly attracted to you.
Thank you very much. When I wake up, we'll discuss this whole problem. And believe me, you have a problem.
And when I look at you lying on the cot, I feel little tadpoles jumping up my spine.
That is about as repulsive an idea as I've heard in years. You know, if sex were a hobby, you'd be a collector's item.
But I've been waiting so long.
Go?
No, you've been around a life.
I should certainly hope so.
You're all brutes. You get what you want from a lass and then 'tis farewell.
Get what I want? I can't even get you to leave.
That's what I'm referring to. I thought you were interested in me and that's why you let me bring you here. You misled me.
You certainly have one hell of an imagination. Can you think of one good reason why I, a strange man, would be interested in you, a strange woman, at this time of the day?
Of course I can. Because you're a lad. I'm a lass.
With that philosophy, you must have had a provocative career.
I've had a great many heartbreaks.
I don't doubt it.
At 16 years I was blue and sad. Then father said I should find a lad. So I set out to become a wife and found the real love of my life. His name it was Chris and the last was McGill. I met him one night picking flowers on the hill. He had lots of charm and a certain kind of touch and a certain kind of eagerness that pleased me very much. So there beneath the moon where romance often springs, I gave him my heart and a few other things. I don't know how long that I stayed upon the hill, but the moon had disappeared and so had Christopher McGill. So I went home and I thought I'd die, till father said, make another try. So out I went to become a wife and found the real love of my life. He came from the lowlands said he. I saw him and knew he was perfect for me. Just one thing that puzzled me, and it always will, was he told me he had heard about me from his friend McGill. We quick fell in love and went down by the creek. The next day he said he'd be back in a week. And I thought he would, for now how was I to know that of all the lowland laddies there was never one as low. I told my father the awful truth. He said, what difference you've got your youth. So out I went back to be a wife and found the real love of my life. Oh, he was a poet, a rhymer was he. He read me some verse he had written for me. He said they would move me, these poems from his pen, and how right he was because they moved me right into the glen. We stayed till the dawn came and lighted the sky. Then I shook his hand and I bid him goodbye. I never went back, for what I had heard was true, that a poet only writes about the things he cannot do. My pa said, look out for men who think. You'll be more certain with men who drink. So out I went to become a wife and found the real love of my life. Oh, he was a soldier, a fine-hearted son. He told me about all the battles he'd won. He wasted his time telling me about his might, for one look at him decided me to not put up a fight.
for hours that night in the glen, and I found the sword has more might than the pen. But when I was drowsing, I snored to my dismay, and he thought it was a bugle and got up and marched away. Now Pa said, the pair there must be one, someone who's true or to all the run. So I still look and be a wife and find the real love of my life.
Tonight, the founder of a new clan.
Where's she?
Upstairs. What do you think you're doing?
Aye, now, Charlie, you're not supposed to see Jeannie afore the wedding. It brings bad luck.
Really, sir?
Here's the family Bible. Take it and sign it under the name of me dear departed wife. Come in.
Here, Miss McLaren. I've brought your waistcoat.
Thank ye, Harry. 'Tis good to see ye. Wait a minute, lad.
What for?
Why didn't you take my hand? I'm not your enemy. You may not mean to be, but you are. And so is everyone else in this town. What is it, lad? Why do you go about hating everybody? I couldn't get through this day of seeing her marry someone else at my dinner. What can I do? What could anyone do but hate when you realize that your life didn't mean a damn? I can't go to the university and make something of myself. And I can't have Jean. So there's nothing left to do but hate everything and everybody in this cursed town.
Wait a minute, lad. You'll never find any peace by hating. It only shuts you off more from the world. And besides, this is only a cursed town if you make it so. To all the rest of us, this is a blessed place.
Well, you can keep it.
Well, all done. Who was that?
New waistcoat king.
Oh.
Oh, Jeannie!
Charlie, please go away. I want to come out.
Do not wake her, lad. We'll spoil her.
Charlie!
Oh, Jeannie!
Charlie, please go away.
But Jeannie! Because they told me I can't be holy till wedding music starts playing. To ease my longing, there's nothing wrong with me standing out here and saying, come to me, bend to me, kiss me goodie. Darling, my darling, 'tis all I can see. Just come to me, bend to me, kiss me goodie. Give me your lips and don't take them away.
Charlie, please go away.
Come dearie near me so you can hear me. I've got to whisper this softly, for though I'm burning to shout my yearning, the words come tiptoeing of me. Come to me, bend to me, kiss me goodie. Darling, my darling, 'tis all I can see. Just come to me, bend to me, kiss me goodie. Give me your lips and don't take them away. Come to me, bend to me, kiss me.
Charlie, what is it, Jeannie? Okay, I'll give it to you. Go. Jeannie, it's this is you.
Because they told me I can't be holy till wedding music starts playing. To ease my longing, there's nothing wrong with me standing out here and saying,
Fiona! Jeff!
Good morning, Letty.
Where have you been?
This is a nice place you've got here. Should have seen the apartment they stuck me with. Complete with a built-in lassie.
Come on in. What the hell happened to you?
Thistles.
What?
Never mind. It's actually more of a professional secret. Mine will be ready before we leave. You can just disregard all that rubbish you've heard about Scottish frugality. Their generosity is overpowering.
Well, how do you feel?
Surprisingly well. How do you feel?
I've never felt better in my life.
You too?
Made his son, gave me the power, for I can swim like a moment and be home in half an hour. Gave me the air, gave me the drive, for I'm all aglow and alive. What a day this has been, what a rare mood I'm in. Why, it's almost like being in love. There's a smile on my face for the whole human race. Why, it's almost like being in love. All the music of life seems to be like a bell that is ringing for me. And from the way that I feel when that bell starts to peal, I would swear I was falling. I could swear I was falling. It's almost like being in love. When we walked up the parade,
Not a word did we say. It was almost like being in love. But your arm linked it right, made the world magnify.
it was almost like being in love.
All the music of life seems to be
Like a bell that is ringing for me. And from the way that I feel when that bell starts to ring,
I would swear I was falling.
I could swear I was falling. It's almost like being
Hand me that bundle of heather, Tommy.
all right, darling.
Darling?
Thank you, dearie.
Well, what do you say we get leaving right now, Tommy?
Jeff, wait. Let's stay for the wedding. After all, how often do you find a village as charming as this? Besides, I think I may...
What's the matter with you now?
I must be a little touched.
I'll say.
Listen to this. Married. Elizabeth Lang to Andrew McLaren, July 2nd, 1762.
What's so amazing? People used to get married then.
Wait a minute. Children. Fiona born October 10th, 1766, and Jean born April 8th, 1770.
Well?
But Fiona's 22 and she's got a sister 4 years younger named Jean.
Well?
But those are the two sisters in this Bible.
Ridiculous. They're probably just named after them.
Oh, did you know that Jean's getting married today?
Yes?
Do you know the name of the guy she's marrying?
They told me at the tavern. Some fella named Dalrymple.
Right. Well, get this. Married. Jean McLaren to Charles McPherson Dalrymple, May 24th, 1789. Now what do you say?
Congratulations.
Wait a minute. No Brigadoon on the map. No phones in the whole town thanks to Mr. Somebody for doing something about a miracle. And one or two other things I passed over while I was out with Fiona this afternoon.
If you can believe it, that hyperthyroid I was with this afternoon, never heard of Johnny Walker.
I don't understand it. I'm beginning to feel a little bit like a damn fool.
Well, what are you getting so worked up about? If it makes them happy to disregard 200 years of human Bing Bang, let them.
But I've just spent the most wonderful day of my life, and now I have to run into something like this. It just doesn't make sense to me, that's all.
It does to me. It just means that batty people are like you.
She's not Maddie. She can't be. Fiona! There has to be a logical explanation to this. Even logical enough for you.
They don't have to explain anything to me. I don't care.
Fiona!
What, Tommy?
Come here.
What is it?
Is this your name here in this Bible?
Hi, and why? Oh,
Someone seems to have flashed up your books.
Well, come on. What does it all mean? Is there an explanation or isn't there?
aye, there is, but I cannot tell ye.
Was there anybody who can?
You'll have to speak to our Dominic,
The who?
our schoolmaster, Mr. Lundy.
Where does he live?
Down the road, in a tree.
He doesn't live in a tree, Mr. Douglas. Mr. Lundy is a great man. All right, Tommy, I'll take you to him. I had not wanted to because I was hoping that we could have this day together.
What's that got to do with it?
It's going to be so hard for you to believe what you'll hear. You'll think there's something wrong with us, and you'll leave, I know it.
Maybe I will, and maybe I won't. Come on, Jeff.
Wait a minute. Is this informal, or should I wear my 3-cornered hat?
Come on, I said. How do you do, sir?
Good afternoon.
Where did each of us come from?
We're from New York.
We're from New York.
Uh-huh.
Yes, New York.
I hear you.
Mr. Lundy, I was wondering if you'd be good enough to tell these gentlemen about Brigadoon. They've heard and seen a great deal and they're very perplexed indeed.
Perplexed is right.
I would very much like him, I mean them, to know.
I would very much like him, to know.
Aye, sir.
Will I be seated, gentlemen? How are you seeing, Fiona?
If I may, sir, I'd love to hear it all again.
Of course.
From what I gather, nobody can talk about anything around here but you. Is that right?
No, that's wrong. Mr. Forsyth could have told you.
Forsyth. I've heard about him, but I didn't meet him.
Actually not. I think he's dead.
That would stand in the way, I suppose.
Let me warn you before I begin. But I'm going to tell you. You will not believe.
It's all right. I've already been warned. But why won't I believe?
Because what happened in Brigadoon was a miracle. And most folks do not believe in miracles. Miracles require faith. Faith seems to be as dead as...
Mr. Forsyth?
Aye. Now, if an outsider who chanced to come to Brigadoon were to hear the tale from someone in town, he'd think the lad and lass was daft. And that would lead to many unpleasant and humiliating things for the poor lass and laddie. Now, wouldn't it?
I suppose so.
I suppose so. So, only I can tell the tale to strangers.
And you don't imagine anyone would think you're crazy.
You might very well. And then when they heard me, I just pity you. Now, this miracle happened, let's see, what's today?
Friday.
Friday. That means it happened exactly 200 years ago. 200 years ago, the Highlands of Scotland were plagued with witches, wicked sorcerers who were taking the Scottish folk away from the teachings of God and putting the devil in their souls. They were indeed horrible, destructive women. I didn't suppose you have such kind in your world.
Witches?
Aye.
We still got them all right. We pronounce it differently.
It did not matter they were not real sorcerers, for ye and I know there is no such thing. But their influence was very real indeed. Now here in Brigadoon we had an old minister of the kirk, named Mr. Forsyth, and a good man he was.
A very good man.
Aye, that he was. No man ever loved his parish as did Mr. Forsyth. But he was growing old, and it grieved him to think that one day soon he would leave all those so dear to him. But most of all, he worried about the witches. He has not visited Brigadoon yet, but he knew there was a band of them coming our way. So he began to wonder if there wasn't something he could do to protect the folk of his parish, not only from them, but from all the evils that might come to Brigadoon from the outside world after he died.
What a kind man.
Aye. For many days he walked through the glen, thinking. And if he had passed his house any hour of the night, he would have seen Mr. Forsyth sitting in his chair, thinking. Then one day he came to me and told me he had decided to ask God for a miracle.
This part is so nice. I could cry just thinking about it.
He consulted with me about it because he knew I have a highly logical mind. And he figured as long as he was going to ask for a miracle, it might as well be a well-organized miracle. So for many days I walked with him through the glen. For many nights I sat with him by candlelight. Finally, Mr. Forsyth decided that he was going to pray for him. On an early Wednesday morning, right at midnight, he went down to the hill beyond Brigadoon, and there he made his prayer to God. There, in the hush of the sleeping world, he asked God that night to make Brigadoon and all the people in it vanish into the heavenly distance. Vanish, but not for always. It would all return just as it were for one day every 100 years. The people would go on leading their customary lives. When they woke up the next morning, it would be 100 years later. When we woke up the next morning, it was 100 years later.
My God.
You see, in this way, Mr. Forsyth figured there would be no change in the lives of the people. They just would not be any century long enough to be touched by it.
You mean you go to bed one night, and when you wake up the next morn, it's 100 years later?
Aye.
So every day is 100 years later?
Aye, lad.
Well, what happened to the minister?
We never saw him again. You see, he realized that to ask for such a miracle, some sacrifice would have to be made, and he wanted to be the one to make it. Now, what would be the greatest sacrifice he could offer? It was to be separated, before his time, from the ones he loved. That's why he went out to a hill beyond Brigadoon, where the miracle granted. He would never see Brigadoon again.
And all this happened 200 years ago?
Aye, which, you see, is only 2 days ago to us. Mr. Forsyth had planned to ask for the miracle on Tuesday, but Charles Dalrymple was in school in Edinburgh. He was not due back till Tuesday late, so Mr. Forsyth postponed praying until Charlie got back.
I'm very glad you made it.
Aye.
Now let me ask you something. Suppose someone gets fed up and wants to leave. Then what?
He cannot leave.
Slow down. You mean I've got to stay here now?
No, lad. But according to Mr. Forsyth's contract with God, if anyone of Brigadoon leaves, the enchantment is broken for all.
And?
That night, when the people go to sleep, Brigadoon will disappear forever.
Now, I'm not saying I believe all this, but just for argument's sake, let's say a stranger comes to Brigadoon and wants to stay. Could he?
Aye, lad, he could. Mr. Forsyth provided for that.
He didn't miss a trick, did he?
No, lad, he didn't. A stranger can stay here if he loves someone in here. Not just Brigadoon, mind ye, but someone in Brigadoon enough to want to give up everything for that one person. Which is how it should be. Because after all, lad, if you love someone deeply, anything is possible.
I think I like that part the best.
Shouldn't I be thinking about changing for the wedding?
I had. Tommy, will I see you later?
Yes, I'll be here.
Thank you, Tommy.
I think I want to stick around this place and see if it evaporates like you say.
I must hurry now. Thank you, Mr. Lundy.
Aye. She's a dear lass.
I'm finding that out. Tell me, Mr. Lundy, you're all perfectly happy living here in this little town?
Of course. After all, sunshine can peek through a small hole.
But at night when you go to sleep, what's it like?
Well, for me, it is like being carried on shadowy arms to some far-off cloud. There I float till morning. And yet, sometimes I think I hear strange voices.
Voices?
Aye. They say no words I can remember. And yet they're the voices filled with a fearful longing. And at times they seem to be calling me back. I pondered it when I'm awake. And I think, I feel I'm here in the outside world. There must be lots of folk out there who'd like a Brigadoon. Oh, it is the right time. We have no minister in Brigadoon now. In most villages, this will be a calamitous thing. But we know it is a blessing. There is no minister present. It is perfectly proper, according to the laws of Scotland, for two people to be wed by sincere mutual consent. There need be nothing in writing. All that's necessary is for the two to love each other as long as they are on earth. Go ahead, lad.
I promise to love ye until I die, and to make all effort to be a good husband to ye.
And so much will I try to be a fine and loving wife.
Well, kiss her, lad. Mr. Forsyth, I know, would have liked to be here. But as long as you'll both be good and true to each other, then he cannot help but live in the grace of God. Mr. Forsyth could have asked no more than that.
Are we married now, Mr. Lundy?
Are we married now, Mr. Lundy? Hey, lad, you're married.
The bride! 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 I'd say a prayer. Afraid Henry is dead. It looks like he fell on a rock, and he hit his head.
No one wanted Forbidden to be smitten. All that we wanted to do is to keep him from leaving the town.
We should not be sad about it. It was God's own will, and we should be grateful and glad about it.
Don't tell the rest till tomorrow that Harry is dead. We want no sorrow on Jeannie and Charlie's wedding night.
Aye.
There's no need for grieving.
He didn't get to where, Mr. McLaren?
No, I can't.
Then where's my son? I want to see him. Thank God you stopped him from his terrible intention, but where's my son?
He's all right. He's in good hands. Besides, it's best he be left alone for now. Now come join me for a bit of supper.
I'm too ashamed for you, Mr. McLaren. I cannot join you. Archie.
Come, everybody, let us return to the glen for some food and ale. The alarm is over.
Amish, have you seen Tommy?
The American Fiona? Why, no. I do not think he came back with us.
Come along, Fiona.
Fiona!
Tommy, I thought you might have gone.
No, I didn't go. I couldn't.
And you're all right.
Of course I'm all right.
I'd have died if anything had happened to me. I love you so.
You love?
But how can you be sure in just one day?
I didn't know. Just when a lass falls in and out of love, she knows it right away.
I wish my feelings could be that clear to me.
Why?
Because I have a sensation I'm hearing my own secret being told.
I mean, you think you're in love with me?
Think! What good does thinking do? If I thought about it, it wouldn't make any more sense to me than the miracle. What I feel, that's something else.
Do you feel that, Tommy?
This is hard to say, but as I wandered through the lee, I felt for just a fleeting moment that I suddenly was free of being lonely. Then I closed my eyes and saw the very reason why. I saw a man with his head bowed low. His heart had no place to go. I looked and I thought to myself with a sigh, there go I saw a man walking by the sea. Alone, the tide was I thought to myself with a sigh, there but go I. Lonely men around me, trying not to cry, till the day you found me. There among them was I saw a man who had never known a love that was all his own. I looked as I thanked all the stars in the sky. There but for you go I.
Tommy, darling.
I love you, Fiona. There's nothing else to say. I can't explain it.
I wanted to hear you say that, even though to be the last minute like this.
The last minute?
Aye. Soon now to the end of our day.
And then you vanish? But I can't leave you. Not now, I can't. Didn't Mr. Lundy say that if someone loved someone enough, they could stay?
Aye.
Well, that's for me. Where do I go? Who do I talk to? Where do I get my passport to disappear?
Think we better go see Mr. Lundy, Tommy.
Yes, Fiona. I saw a man who had never known a love that was on his own. I looked as I thanked all the stars in the sky. Yeah, but for you,
Hi, Tommy, we have
Jeff, I'm not going back with you.
Just for the record, what are you talking about?
I'm staying here.
You're pulling my brawny leg, aren't you?
No. I tell you, Jeff, I've never been more serious in my life. In just one day, I feel more part of her and all of this than I ever felt about Jane or anybody or anything back home.
My dear boy, that's because it is just one day. But do you realize if you stay here, it's for always?
I know.
And do you know how long always is around here? It's one hell of a long time.
I know.
This can't be a trial marriage because you can't change your mind after trying it out for, say, 600 or 700 years.
I won't ever want to.
You're absolutely positive? There'll never come a time in your life when you won't miss your family, your friends, the life you belong to? Tell me, how can you know that now?
Because, and this is the part I know you'll think I'm crazy, because I believe in her. And what's more, I believe in this place.
You do not. You just want to. This Highland voodoo town makes no more sense to you than it does to me. So how can you believe in it when you don't understand it? When you leave here in a couple of weeks, or hey, even a couple of days, you'll forget all about it. That's the way a dream works.
What do you mean, a dream?
That's what this is. Nothing more than a dream. Why, even now you're not moved by it. You just think you are.
How do you know?
Because I do. Did you see that funeral here a moment ago?
Yes, why?
I am responsible for it.
What do you mean?
Harry Beaton. I killed him.
You did what?
I killed him. Accidentally, of course, but nevertheless, I killed him. Oh, out in the forest tonight, we were looking for him. Before I could even think of what I was doing, I ran after him. We went to the top of that hill there, and he fell. I heard his head hit a rock with a very nasty thud.
Oh my God, Jeff. I'm so sorry.
What for?
You must feel half dead inside.
On the contrary, I don't feel a thing.
You actually don't feel anything?
Nothing. Except like going home.
But why don't you?
Because this is a dream. A good one for you.
Wait a minute, will you? Just wait a minute.
You see, I've confused you, haven't I?
Yes, you have.
And if you really believed as much as you think you do, I couldn't do that. Not could I?
There's Tommy.
I'll wait for you outside the town.
What did he mean by that, Tommy?
Fiona tells me you want to stay, Dad.
What is it?
It's no good, Fiona. I'm leaving. And it isn't because I don't love you. Because I think I do. I guess I just don't trust my own feelings, that's all.
I mean, you're not sure you can accept everything.
That's about it, I guess.
Better hurry, Fiona. There's not much time left. Didn't feel ashamed of yourself, Tommy. It is the hardest thing in the world to give everything, even though it is usually the only way to get everything.
Do you understand it all?
Do you know, Tommy, that you're all
that way, Fiona. And neither will I. You and the world we knew will glow till my life is through. For your part of me this day on. No, Fiona, listen. And someday if I should love, it's you I'll be dreaming of. For you're all I'll see from this day on. These hurry-downs were all the light we could share. Still I will go with not a tear, just a prayer that when we are far apart, you'll find something from your heart has gone with me from You see, we mustn't be sorry about anything.
I'm not. In fact, I should not be surprised if I've been less lonely than I was before you came. I think real loneliness is not being in love in vain. It's not being in love at all.
But it will fade in time.
No, it wouldn't do that. Tommy, it is now the end of our day.
I'm sorry, Fiona. This day I have to have no fears and no doubts. But if I leave, at least I can believe in love with the world that I understand. The feeling to stay here is so powerful. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Tommy. Do not forget, any day, any night, and always and always, I love you. I love you. I love you.
Frankie, what is in this DDT?
It's the usual. Boy bit.
Why do you say the usual? Have I been drinking once?
Continuously. Since you got back from Scotland 4 months ago.
Well, I just decided I don't like it anymore. It's not near as good the whiskey Mother used to make. I need some gin.
What do you have with it?
A little bourbon.
Okay, Jeff.
Frankie, what time is it? You don't have a watch.
I got 10 after 6.
Oh, I better be going home. But you can give me another drink to take with me. I do like to drink port.
Hey, you know what? It's just about time for Miss Ashton to call.
Who?
Jane Ashton. Tommy Albright's fiance. Don't tell me you don't remember.
Okay, I won't. What about?
What? Just about this time, every day, she either calls or comes in
does, eh?
Mm-hmm. And from what I hear, she can't find him.
Thank you for warning me, Frankie. I'll drink up and get out of here.
What's the matter? Don't you like Miss Ashton?
Oh, very much. Very much. But not when she's talking Tom. I tell you, Frankie, you scratch the surface of anyone, and she'll enjoy it.
Really? So anyway, where is Tommy?
I don't know, Frankie. He quit his job about a month ago, picked up his parcels, and vanished. Like Brigadoon.
Like who?
Brigadoon was the name of my brother who ran away when we were kids.
Jeff!
Hey, Tommy.
Tommy! It's Tommy!
How are you, Jeff?
Oh, it's my old friend. Tommy, where have you been all month?
Up on a farm in New Hampshire.
On a farm? Messing around with all that dirty stuff? What were you doing there?
Enjoying myself. Sketching.
Well, if that's what you want, when you get married, why don't you go buy one?
I wonder if I want to get married.
Why?
Because, my dear Tank, I'm in love with someone else, and I can't get over it.
Oh.
Wait a minute. Haven't I seen you from somewhere?
Not me, buddy. I don't know who you are. Come on. Bang. Come on.
And the trouble is, because I can't be with her, I can't be with anybody else. That's why I went away. So many things remind me of her. When I'm with people and I'm talking to them, they might say one word that opens up a door to a memory for me. Then suddenly, I'm a few thousand miles away with her. Then slowly, I drift back into the conversation. They ask me a question and I don't know what the hell they're talking about. I haven't heard a word.
You must be fascinating company.
When I'm alone, it's easier.
Tommy?
Jane!
What a wonderful surprise.
Hello, Jane.
When did you get back?
Oh my God, hello, Jeff.
I've been worried half to death about you.
How are you, Jane?
I've been worried, really worried.
Fabulous. How are you, Jeff?
Let me look at you.
I had this little cold butter, and that's great.
I must say you do look wonderful.
So do you, Jane.
Well, I don't like to eat and run, but I think I'll go up to my room and have another drink.
I'll talk to you later, Jeff.
Oh.
Oh, goodbye. Put it on the bill, Frankie.
Your bill's getting awful long.
So am I.
Tommy, why did you write me?
Nothing to say, I guess. Would you like a drink?
What wine, please? And in fact, why didn't you tell me when you were coming back in town? After all, darling, I did think the minute you'd get in town, you'd call me. Or come to me. Or in fact, why didn't you?
Come to me, let to me, kiss to thee. Darling, my darling, 'tis all I can see. Just come to me, let to me, kiss me today. Give me your lips and don't take them away.
And I didn't think you'd want to do that, would you?
Why, maybe.
You mean you'd even consider it?
What?
Commuting 60 miles from out of New York.
No! I don't want to do that.
I didn't think so. And I told Mr. Jackson.
Who?
Herbert Jackson.
Oh, who's he?
I just told you, Tommy. He's the real estate man I've been working with. I told him you'd call.
I can hardly wait.
Please do. I'm trying so hard to arrange everything. Do you still want Jeff to stand up for you?
Why, yes, if he can. Why?
Nothing. It's just that he's so impossible these days. Everyone is bored to death.
Well, I'm not interested in everybody else, especially the everybody else we know.
Well, you've certainly been antisocial since you returned from Scotland. If you really want to avoid everybody, why don't we just take Mr. Jackson's house? It's far away and on top of a high, beautiful hill.
In the
No, I'm not postponing it. I'm calling it off for good.
Calling it off?
I can't do it. Ever.
You have a nerve. After all this time I've waited for you and tried to be patient and put up with your idiotic whims and temperament.
I'm sorry. It's not your fault. You've been so kind to me these past few months. It's just that something happened to me that I can't explain. And now I don't fit in here anymore.
Well, I think you're going clean out of your mind. But I refuse to stand here and argue with you in this bar. Let's go home.
Go home, go home, go home to Mommy G. Go home, go home, go home with Mommy G.
And if you think anyone else is going to put up with your nonsense, you're raving mad. So you think that over, Mr. Albright, when you're all alone.
It's not feeling love in vain. It's not feeling love at all.
You understood, Fiona. I didn't. You were right, Fiona. It never faded. Hello, room 732, please. Jeff, are you sober? I want to go back to Scotland. I said I want to go back to Scotland. Never mind what for. Do you want to come with me? Great. We'll get to plane reservations right away. Who cares if it doesn't make sense? I just want to go and see what it was. I want to go. I want to go. It's unbelievable. Awful and unbelievable.
What is awful and unbelievable?
To think that somewhere out there, somewhere between the mist and the stars, is someone that I once so terribly. She's not dead. She's just asleep. And yet I can never see her again.
You came all the way over here to tell me that? Couldn't you have just called me on the phone in New York for a quarter?
No. I'll tell you why. She became so real to me that I wanted to come to this place and see for myself that it really wasn't there. Okay?
Okay. But it didn't work that way for me. It's all so much like a dream to me now that I'd have to work hard to convince myself it happened at all.
Well, Jeff, there's the big difference between you and me.
Tell me.
I found that sometimes the things you believe in are so much more real to you than the things you can understand or explain away. God, why do people have to lose things before they find out what they mean?
Come on. Take one last look and let's start walking. I got lost around here once.